Hey friends, we are looking today at the checklist that is going to help you to focus on one thing at a time as you work through this journey of coming out of dieting and into a more intuitive relationship with food and your body. So multitasking, if you haven't figured it out yet, is very overrated, and it's better for all of us to focus on one thing at a time. Eventually, as one gets solidified, we can maybe move on to something else, and this applies to health journeys, this applies to raising kids, this applies to getting that project done around the house. It's just a good principle to live by. And so today we're going to be looking at 10 things. I made a checklist here that you can print out and put on your refrigerator to help you remember, but I wanted to go through each of the 10 items in a little bit of detail so you have an idea of what each one can mean. So for the first one, the first task is to remember that diets don't work. The number one indicator of weight gain is dieting. So if you've been dieting like I have dieted for years and years and years, and each time we diet, it might be successful for a bit, but then we gain it back, and usually with a couple extra pounds. And so you do that enough times over enough years, and you're just gaining weight. You're not even holding steady. And so one of the things that I have been pleased with is that since I have become an intuitive eater, my weight did go up a little bit, but I am now at a place where I have held steady for probably over a year without intending to try to lose weight or do anything else. It's just where my body is happy right now. And so that's my goal for you, is to remember that diets don't work and that you can be happy with your body, whatever size it is, at least making peace with it. It might be hard to be happy, and it still is hard sometimes for me to be happy with my body as it is today. But I know that trying to lose weight is not going to make it happen for me. So I am content with where I am. I am doing things to help myself be healthier, and perhaps a result of that would be some weight loss, but it's not the goal anymore. So number 2 is to eat when I'm hungry. For a long time, I felt guilty for having the sensation of hunger. I had been told enough times in my life, well, you shouldn't be hungry, you just ate, or it's not time to eat, or all sorts of different things that just kind of made me learn to mistrust my hunger, thinking, oh, well, my body must be wrong. And it has taken me a long time to learn to retrust my hunger, to listen to it, to satisfy it, be willing to admit that I'm hungry, which sounds kind of really crazy. If you've never dealt with this, I'm sure you're like, why is it hard to admit you're hungry? But it was because for so long I had been told that I shouldn't be hungry. So admitting you're hungry, eating when you're hungry, listening to your body when it says it needs some fuel, and being okay with that. That's task number 2. Number 3 says to remember that all foods are permissible and equally moral, which is basically they're amoral. Food isn't a moral issue. It's not good or bad. We're not good if we eat a salad. We're not bad if we eat dessert. They're all morally equal. It's not a moral issue. You're allowed to eat all the foods, all the different foods, and you don't have to feel guilty about that. That was tricky for me because, like I said, I had grown up with donuts and cake and cookies all vilified, brownies, ice cream, all that was bad food. And yet we really desired it, and we kind of were gleefully eating it when we would eat it. So it's just kind of a bit of a mixed message there. But that's task number 3. Task number 4 is to recognize and challenge diet culture's messages. So they are everywhere, from before and after photos to headlines which show the latest fad diet or superfoods, or other diet messages would be like the skinny Pepsi, or the the decadent dessert, which makes it sound like it's bad. Decadence is bad. And yet when you put it with a dessert, then we desire it. And so it's a mixed message. And so just one of the things that we can just really start to be good at is recognizing diet culture messages when you're watching TV, when you're scrolling on your phone, when you're looking through a magazine. They'll be everywhere. So getting good at looking and seeing those. Task number 5, relax and enjoy your food. That seems kind of simple too, and yet at the same time, it can be hard if you have mixed emotions about food. It can be hard to just relax, enjoy your food. Don't make it a moral issue. Don't make it more than what it is. It's just fueling your body. It's getting calories in there so you can continue living. Task number 6 is to acknowledge your fullness. This is similar to satisfying your hunger, but it's just recognizing when you're full. And this just recently, I had a new revelation on this. I would often, if I had a meal on my plate, I would enjoy the food, but I would always have kind of like the best bites saved for last, which if I got hungry before then, it would cause me to overeat because I wouldn't want to leave the best bites on the plate. And so I would eat past my fullness because I had done that. So I'm trying to get more into the habit of eating the things I enjoy first, and not encouraging that habit of saving the best for last, but rather eating what I enjoy and recognizing when I'm full and being willing to stop, even if there's still 2 bites left. And that's okay. Number 7 is to be kind to my emotions. Now, emotional eating has become really kind of vilified, and I don't know that it deserves that, because food for centuries has been used as a comforting mechanism. There's nothing wrong with comfort foods. They're not bad. They're comforting, and they help us when we're feeling sad or stressed or overwhelmed. I think the important thing to remember is that food is not going to solve your problems. If you're feeling angry about something, as I did one time after coming back from the dentist, and I ate a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and that was okay, because then once the Ben & Jerry's was gone, I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do about the situation at the dentist? And I was able to come up with a solution. I just switched dentists within the same practice, and it was a really easy thing. So it wasn't bad or wrong. I wasn't being a bad girl for eating that ice cream, but I knew that I still would want to have to do something after the ice cream is gone, and it's okay to use food to soothe yourself, to comfort yourself, and just have more than that in your tool belt, though, for solving problems. Know that you're still going to have to deal with whatever caused the big emotions for you. So be kind to your emotions. Number 8, appreciate all that your body can do. So you may not love the way your body looks right now, but it's pretty amazing. It can give hugs. It can take walks with friends. It can help you to do a million different things. Your body's pretty amazing. For me, I birthed 4 kids. There's 4 human beings on this earth because of my body. And that's pretty amazing. So you may not love your body. You may not be enthralled with how you look right now. But this is just a reminder. Number 8 is just a reminder. Maybe you want to make a list of things you've been able to do because you have this body that you're in. I did that one time, and it was really encouraging. It was astounding the number of things I was able to list out that I was able to do because I've got this body. And so it allowed me to do a whole variety of different things. So something you might want to do if you have your magnet pointing to number 8 is just make that list. Make a list of all the things that you've been able to do in appreciation for your body. Number 9 is move just for the fun of it. Exercise doesn't have to be militant. It doesn't have to be excruciatingly painful. It doesn't have to hurt. No pain, no gain is not not one of my mantras at all. And I love going for bike rides. I love going for hikes. I love going to the gym and lifting weights. I love doing yoga. I love swimming. There's just all sorts of things. I love gardening, all kinds of things that I enjoy doing, and it helps keep my body moving. And so enjoy movement and have fun with whatever ways you choose to exercise. And number 10, the last one, is to fuel your body well. And this one can be the trickiest because until you do some of those first steps, it's a little tricky to figure out how exactly to fuel your body well. But that's something that you can consider some of these days. So if you have your list like this on the board, on your refrigerator, it's a teacher and me coming out. If you have your list on the refrigerator and you say, okay, for today I'm going to relax and enjoy my food. That means that whatever I decide to eat, whether it feels right or wrong or whatever, when I sit down to eat, I'm going to focus on how it tastes, how it feels in my mouth, the aromas it gives off, the just the way it is. It crispy? Is it crunchy? Is it smooth or creamy? Salty, savory, all of that. Just pay attention to that and really enjoy your food. And do that for a week where you're just focusing on enjoying the food that you choose to eat. And then once you feel like you've kind of made a little progress in that area, then you can slide your magnet to another one and just move it around until you are feeling like you've got a pretty good idea of how to stay consistent with some of these things. And it, I'm going to guess, will take a year or more. So this is not a quick fix. This is not this is not a sprint. This is a slow and steady, turtle's going to win the race sort of thing. So I hope this was helpful to you. And as you print this off and put it on your fridge, prayerfully ask God, which of these things do you need to focus on first? Which one would be a good place for you to start? It's gonna go up and down all along that list as you go through this process. It's not gonna be a 1, 2, 3. They're just numbered because I made a list. But it's not a linear progress, and you're gonna be bouncing up and down and back and forth on these until you finally find some more peace, as I have, with the foods that I choose to eat, enjoying them, and having a better relationship with food and my body as it is today. You can do this. Print off the list and give it a shot.